Hola, ¿cómo están, my compañeros? This is a memo from 2016 during the election cycle, during the election for the president, when Hillary Clinton was debating for, I think this is what she was still debating for the Democratic convention nomination. So this is prior to her debates with President Trump. This right here is a memo from Mr. Ron Klain. You'll recognize the name as he is a prominent, I think he's chief of staff of Biden's White House. You'll also recognize the name Jake Sullivan. You'll notice that these URLs or the server locations, revolution.com, that's interesting. I mean, it shows that they've been attempting to overturn the system for a long time, and it shows Mr. Klain's ideas. But this one at HillaryClinton.com, I believe that to be one of her. I believe that to be that might have been her server. There's also a couple other URLs that I've come across that might have been her server. But I wanted to attach this. I wanted to show you the attachment to this letter. Attached is the memo for discussion on the 11 a.m. Sunday debate strategy call. I'm going to include everything, so you're going to be able to look it over. The one thing I wanted to point out is that it does have an attachment, and if you do open that attachment, it will open to a page that is it may be 20 pages long. I wanted to start off, before I go to the top, by reading this part. This is the nugget. This was hidden. It says, wrong and strong versus better than fuzzy. Wrong and strong is better than fuzzy. This was written by Ron Klain, and he sent this to Hillary Clinton and her other debate strategists. He says, given that voters are worried about whether your positions are too carefully calculated and reflect expediency over conviction, we would urge you to take a strong and firm position, even if they risk alienating some voters over hedge stances or proposals for further studies. This is it. Your individual positions matter less than you're conveying a sense of decisiveness and conviction, even on controversial matters. That's what he's saying right here. Is he says people think that your positions are contrived and politically expedient, so make sure whatever you do, you hide that part about yourself. We know that's true, but your individual positions matter much less than what you're lying to the people about. This entire memo is shocking. It's, oh wow, it's September 28, 2015. So this was prior to any debates even starting. This was quite a ways before. With the first debate just over 2 weeks away, we want to present to you our current thinkings about the approach to this important event. Our strategic goal, while the debate certainly creates risk and challenges, it presents us with a unique opportunity to address certain difficulties we have faced during the campaign. Controversies and negative media coverage have limited your availability to convey your core message and ideas to the voters. We are talking about your fight for them and your ideas, but those messages are not being heard. For example, voters are not yet persuaded that you have new ideas and a fresh approach to the country's problems. Just 21% thought so in our 21% favorability. Thus, the first debate provides us with a great opportunity to talk about the fights you want to take on, and your plans to deliver results for the people. This is Hillary Rodham Clinton. As I've read through this, all I feel like this is contrived lies in order to deceive the populace. It's everything you think that they would be talking about before a debate. Everything that they would be trying to deceive us on, or how to act. This is how should her demeanor be. If you look right here, there's a pretty long document. He spent quite a bit of time. It's so comprehensive. It talks about the wrong and strong is better than fuzzy. I think that's one of the most important paragraphs that really puts the whole entire document into perspective. And that perspective is that this is a strategy on how to trick the American people. Look, your attitude Your attitude towards your opponent should be similar, warm, and generous. Your key rival in the race, Sanders, is well liked by Democrat primary voters and is seen as a well-intentioned champion of sympathetic and underdog causes. Any hostility toward or derision of him will backfire. Yours is a disagreement amongst allies, a disagreement over the best way to tackle problems that you both are concerned about. Oh, that's another thing that this will show you. There's many things on here that talk about Hillary Clinton's position on a number of different important social issues. And it's exactly what President Biden's about to execute on, these gun control. This is Hillary Clinton's position on gun control. She says, "We have watched too many innocent people die in this country because of gun violence." She says, "I'm a strong supporter of the Brady bill requiring background checks for gun purchases." And then she says that they want to remove all liability from gun manufacturers, even though there's liability protection for vaccine manufacturers. And that's probably where you should start if you want to start taking liability from somewhere. She goes on to say she wants to fix the loophole that allows for a dealer to give a gun to the purchaser 3 days after he submits the application, even if the application is not accepted or rejected. If he does not get an answer within 3 days, the gun seller can sell the gun. I'm not sure about that one. And then she says, "As a president, I will fight for the right for every parent to send their kids to school in the morning, or to a movie theater on a Saturday night, or to a Bible study on Wednesday evening." Would she really? Would she really? Without having to fear that a criminal or mentally unstable person will pull out a gun that they should not have and start shooting. It's just fear-mongering tactics. I just want to include this document. It's only the tip of the iceberg.